some blood pressure issues, and so then I had some pressure in the old chest, and they said, you gotta go in for a stress test. Anybody ever experienced one of these things? Yeah! So I had a buddy, he was like, hey man, I'm telling you right now, there's two different versions of the stress test. There's the treadmill and the chemically induced one. Chemical. Trust me, hell no. They said, trust me, you want the treadmill. And sir, you must be an Iron Man, because I gotta tell you, I go in, and they're like, we've got you signed up for like the chemically induced one. And I said, whoa. No, I would like to exercise my right to get the treadmill version. And they said, well, Mr. Thompson, the blood pressure medication you are on is so strong that we don't think that you can get your heart rate up to where it needs to be, 150. We got to get it up to 150. And I said, you have no idea what kind of shape I'm in. It's not going to take a lot. So I go in there. They hook me up to all the stuff, you know, the suction cups. They run an IV. They got to do all the, inject me with the thing so they can, whatever, see, it's science, whatever, you know. And so they say, okay, we're going to put you on this treadmill. We got to get your heart rate to 150. Let's start it out. And they start me out at like normal treadmill. And I'm like, I'm turning around on it. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, what's my heart rate at? They're like, sir, your heart rate's at 95. All right, every 3 minutes, sir, we're going to increase the speed and incline of this treadmill. No problem. So they increase the incline and the speed. And I'm like, whoa, okay. I see what you're doing here. I get the game. I'm picking up what you're laying down. I've just got to keep moving forward. Now, before I wasn't even holding on to the rails. Now I am. I'm respecting the machine. I'm now about 6 minutes of cardio in. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this is more cardio than I've done in the entire last calendar year. They're like, sir, your heart rate is about 109. Well, sir, we're going to have to increase the incline and the speed again. So they do. I am now a light jog running uphill. I am not handling it what you would refer to as well. My breathing is definitely erratic, a little heavy. I'm concerned about balance issues all of a sudden. They're like, should we get Stevie to stand behind you in case he needs to catch you? I'm like, possibly. So they crank up the incline and speed again on me. And now I'm in a run for my life. Steve's behind me like, you got this, bro. I'm like, what's my heart at? What's my heart at? She says, with a straight face, 129. And then she asks me this, and I want you to understand she meant it. She says, do you think you can maintain this for 5 more minutes? Listen, I would like to be able to tell you that I spoke back. My response in a normal world probably would have been something around, like, no, I do not believe that I can. Instead, it was just me going, turn it out! Turn it out! Steve, get ready! So I've just completed, at this point, I don't know, 12 minutes of cardio, which I felt good about. I'm leaving. even with something positive, silver lining. So they sit me down on this, you know, whatever, one of those things. It's like a bed, mat, whatever. Sure, like a gurney. Why not? So I sit down on this thing, and she says, we're now going to inject the chemically induced stress test. Would you like to lie down? I'm a grown-ass man, lady. I can take this sitting right here. Wrong. So she injects it. Now at this point, this is a very nice lady. She's knelt down. She's got like her hands on my knees. She's making eye contact. She says, I want you to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. I said, okay, fair enough. So I start off okay, but I can feel it building. Let me tell you something. When this thing hits full speed, I could have hung out in a Studio 54 bathroom with David Bowie, just barreling through cocaine, and my heart would never have gotten to where it was here. I am through the roof about to explode, and this lady's looking at me going, in the nose, out the mouth. And I'm not even physically capable. I'm just going, attractive nurse, I promise I'm sexier. So it finally starts to descend. I'm coming out of it. I'm gonna live. It's cool. And she says to me, would you like a Sprite? And as if it were The Exorcist, I was just like, I don't know. I'm not what you would refer to as a popular patient. I was leaving his place and I was wearing flip-flops, and there was like this jagged metal pipe sticking up out of the sidewalk, and I stubbed my toe on it. And I mean, I really stubbed my toe on it. We're talking about a lot of blood. So I'm meeting up with some people, and they go, hey man, what's wrong with your toe? I'm like, I just stubbed it. It's pretty bad. I need to get home. Maybe put a Band-Aid on it, clean it up a little bit. And they're like, no man, you really need to go get a tetanus shot. And I was like, I'm probably not going to do that. And they were like, it's a good idea, bro. I mean, that looks pretty bad, and that's a dirty piece of metal coming out of the ground. And I go, I know, but I am 42 years old, and I've never heard of anybody going down with tetanus. Hey, anybody know what happened to Johnny? He didn't make it, man. Tetanus got him. Never! 42 years old. I've never even had somebody like miss a ball game, not once. Like man, tetanus is acting up again. Flared up. Tetanus just brutal as a mother. Oh, and there's like physicians in the room right now that are like, you're a idiot. No one catches tetanus, dipshit. We went to med school, see, we learned things. You can't even mix grout. Transformers had this leader, and his name was Optimus Prime. He's a big semi-truck that can turn into a robot. He's from an alien planet called Cybertron. He's like the most technologically advanced thing the Earth has ever seen, and for some reason they gave him the voice of a trucker with COPD.
Like, I never understood that. They were like, Autobots, Autobots, roll out. I gotta get a sleep study. Megatron thinks I need a CPAP. Autobots. It's just like a weird voice for that much technology.
I started looking back at the 80s, and I started realizing that I think I need to blame Michael Jackson for a lot of my shortcomings in life. And I've thought about this. I think he misrepresented what it meant to be a tough guy. Michael Jackson, if you go back and watch his videos, he's walking into like roughneck bars where people start like switchblade knife fights, and he's walking into that like, ooh. And you go, stop. And I started thinking to myself, ooh. And I think to myself, can you imagine if I rolled up into like Frogtown during Bike Week? Hey, mother, you want to start some? I do. And he just make noises. He just sit around going, and you know, and I mean, part of me wonders, would the people at Frogtown be like, don't with that guy? This right here, this is the best I can look. This is it. This is the top echelon. This is it, honey. I'm sorry. Me getting in this outfit was a cardiovascular workout. I literally have to start out with just socks. But I gotta put my pants on first because they're part of the operation. As I am seated, I have to do the leg sling to catch the pant leg. Because at this point, me going all the way to the ground for a sock or a shoe, that ain't happening. So what I do is I do a leg sling, and then eventually I catch the leg pant and then pull it up. That's real shit. And by the way, I gotta do it for both legs. After just getting on socks and shoes, I'm already winded. I'm walking around with I think Peloton could come out with just a suit for me. It's just me getting in and out of a tuxedo with a trainer going, you can get the other sleeve on. Watch that pant leg, it's tricky. Careful with your knees. I'm like on the outskirts of normal, but not quite big and tall. You know what I mean? Like the big and tall store, I go in there, those things are a little too big, but clothing otherwise isn't for me either. And let's face it, in the world of the big and tall store, I'm not that tall. So I go into this place in Lexington to get a suit. And it's kind of a nicer place. And she's kind of walking me through the different clothing options I have. I'm going to a wedding, I need a new suit. And so like, you know, my neck size was just on the fringe. They're like, we think we can special order that, and they're talking about it across the store. This guy's a tweener on the big and tall.
Can you order him a shirt? He needs somewhere between an 18 and a 19. That company doesn't make them that big. I'm like, my God, I'm not that big. I've seen bigger humans. They have shirts. It's not like every other human bigger than me is walking around in pelts. These ties are horrendous. She's showing them to me. She's like, ooh, this one would look good on you. This one already has marinara sauce crusted on it. Do you have something in a creamy horseradish and bourbon? It's a little more my speed. Ooh, I like the one with soy. The soy sauce right there. That's a Wes Thompson evening.
When cops are like pulled up next to me at like a red light, the shit I'm doing in the car is insane. I'm trying to appear casual. I'm playing the drums. I don't even have music playing. I'm like, I have rototoms and cymbals on my steering wheel. I'm hitting buttons on a dashboard that don't exist. We think I'm getting ready to leave the atmosphere. I'm like, click, 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 click. We're checking the engines, click, click. Inconspicuous. I'm doing laundry. I'm like, I don't have any drugs. When I am driving with police behind me, in my mind, I have like 80 kilos of cocaine and C4 in the trunk. I love the police. I'm a nervous guy.
But I'll tell you, I know that I'm getting a little older and I'm not in good shape because recently I threw my back out sleeping. I am not joking. I was laying comfortably in my bed, and then next thing you know, I was just like, ah! Wes, what do you think happened? Well, I was laying perfectly still, horizontal, in a Tempur-Pedic bed. I think I might have turned my head left. I did serious damage. And I pull into the gas station, and as if I had never driven the car before, somehow, not paying attention, I pulled up on the wrong side of the pump. And I was like, damn, how do I get out of this? So I was like, yeah, it's okay. I just need to get back in the car. So I get in the car, and I drive around, and I get out of the car, still on the wrong side of the pump. And now people are looking. What is he doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just here, sorry. I'm with the pump check company. I was checking these pumps. Both sides of this one are satisfactory. That's what I wrote down in my report on my clipboard that's in my car that you can't see. I need to leave and go check other pumps if I can make it there. My wife wears pajamas that are like pantsuits. My wife has pajamas with like pleats in them and lapels and like a boutonniere. She wears like a Kentucky Derby hat. She's got like heels and a purse. She's getting in bed. Laura Ingalls from Little House on the Prairie is like, hey, lighten up a little. Yeah. And she does also wear a sleep mask. I'm glad you told me to tell everyone that. I tell them about the sleep mask. Make sure they know I'm covered across the face as well. As much of my body that can be covered is. Tell them! I don't want to leave any guesswork. So I sleep in like some like shorts, you know, like camo shorts and like a t-shirt or something. And part of the reason for this is because I think if there ever is an intruder, I don't ever want to fight that person naked. Because I would be overly distracted by what my was was doing. I would literally be like fighting the person like this, like, oh shit. Stop looking at it! Create a new fighting style. It's called Crouching Tiger, Hiding My Dragon.
So, the next favorite toy was the one that everybody loved too. It was a great era. And that was He-Man. He-Man was badass. He was from Eternia. And he had this dude named Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms was like the guy who made armor. And look at his armor. Like Man-at-Arms has got like all down his arm. His legs are covered in armor. He's got armor that moves up around his face. And he's got a metal helmet on. But then he makes He-Man and it looks like this. He-Man's like, hey bro, I seem relatively vulnerable. All of my major organs are exposed, my abdomen, heart, for some reason nipples. So towards the end of the movie, like Sarah Connor escapes the cyborg and come back to kill her, and now she takes it upon herself to make sure that John is well educated on what's going to happen moving forward. So she's out in the desert, and she starts to make a series of tapes. Here we go.
I guess I have a while yet before you're old enough to
Just rolling down the street, wind blowing through her hair. She got her dog with her, got a gun in her lap. She's totally ready to go. Goes to the gas station, starts recording some more, just saying like, John, you're never going to understand this shit, but I'm going to tell you how to do this. Goes ahead, wind blowing through her hair, the dog is there, she looks good. Then just drives off into like the worst storm ever, making tapes for her son to one day explain to the resistance how to bring these cyborgs down. This is my take on John Connor's speech to the troops 25 years later. Men, today is the day. 25 years ago, my mother had the foresight and wherewithal to record tapes that would tell us how to bring these metal motherfuckers down. It was brilliant. She thought it through. And now, we're gonna play these tapes. Play them! Stop it! Fast forward a little bit. Hit play. Stop it! Sir, is it possible that she recorded this from a convertible going down the highway? Or maybe a roller coaster? Just something with a lot of wind. Seems like that's the majority of the tapes.
That didn't last any time at all. Then finally, I found like this one player who is obviously way shittier than me. He's like standing over. I'm like, he doesn't even know I'm there. All I gotta do is just run up on this dude and shoot him. And this is me. He's right there, standing right there. And I walk up and go. He just turns around and stabs me with a butter knife. And I'm dead. Damn!
Because if you're in my house at 2 a.m. and a naked me comes out of the bedroom with a crossbow, that's one of the scariest things you've ever seen. Just out of breath from trying to load it. Just, yeah, I've got like a foot involved. Yeah. I would lock myself, if I were the robber, right? Because that's what they are, they're robbers, right? People say that. If I'm the home invader, robber, I am locking myself in the bathroom, calling the police myself. Listen, I'm at 3231 Smith Street. I came in through the back window. The owner is naked, breathing heavy. I think he might have eczema. And a crossbow. Yes, I said crossbow. And naked. That's a visual that you get to take home.